Welcome back, Asgardians.
I'm Val.
I'm Loki.
And we are back for episode 2 of WandaVision.
It was dropped on the same night, so we're doing a double header here.
Yes, we're ambitious tonight.
Both of these videos will probably drop about the same time.
Yes.
Without further ado, let's get to it.
Yeah, we're going to continue just straight where we left off. Saw the beginning of WandaVision with this kind of very retro I Love Lucy Bewitched style episode. Had a few hiccups in there. You know, some reality started leaking in when trying to think of the past, which is going to be some dangerous territory, obviously. So I guess we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and if you didn't come from episode 1, there'll be a link and a playlist down here, so check that out.
All right, well, let's get to it.
What do you see?
Only your lovely rose bushes.
That's all? Are you using your night vision?
Actually, my love, I see nothing amiss. You have absolutely no reason to... No!
Seriously?
You were saying?
One of us should really determine the source of that sound.
Yes. One of us should.
Hint, hint.
Getting ridiculous.
See, I'm not proud of myself. And look how you seized on the opportunity to redecorate.
This is better, isn't it?
WandaVision.
Yes, dear.
Get the light.
Oh, my.
Saucy.
Oh my god, that is directly Bewitched right there.
I think I saw an Easter egg. There was 6 dots around the moon.
Yeah.
You really are very dashing.
Thank you, darling. Feel lost glamour. For I illusion vow to bring you back exactly as you are. Yes, Wanda, you're not at all worried that the audience might just see through this little charade.
Well, that's the whole point. In a real magic act, everything is fake. Darling, the township fundraiser is the most important event of the season, and it's our neighborly duty to participate. Plus, it's our chance to appear as normal as possible while doing so.
Well, I don't think that should be a problem.
This is our home now. I want us to fit in.
Oh, darling, we do. We shall. And we're gonna knock their socks off. Especially with you wearing this.
Oh, that's actually the rest of your costume.
It's a drone.
In color.
Mm-hmm. No, it's a toy helicopter. What's that logo?
That's what I'm trying to see.
Sword.
Oh, sword.
Look, it's the star of the show.
Agnes! I'm sorry, what did you say?
Oh, I brought my pet rabbit for your magic act.
Yes, of course. Thank you.
She somehow has everything.
Mm-hmm.
We'll take good care of him. The tickets for tonight are completely sold out. Now you can clap. Stop.
Anybody
Wow.
doing this sober?
I too have some top secret gossip to share. Norm here's a communist.
Whoa.
Okay.
You're a real cutout. You know, I always thought you were kind of a square. Me? No, I'm as round as they come. Can't afford to stick a big red.
Oh, well, hold on there a second. Did you hear the man? He doesn't eat food.
It's gun food. Well, my understanding is that it's purely for mastication. Oh, no, I don't do that. In Westview.
He was such a funny guy.
And to think you came here all hot and bothered about protocols and nonsense. Thought you were serious.
Oh.
Oh no.
It's funny. All right, so.
I've heard things about you. You and your husband. Well, I don't know what you have been told. But I assure you, I don't mean anyone any harm. Who is that? Who are you?
Wanda. Who's doing this to you, Wanda? Wanda. Wanda. Wanda.
Dottie!
Oh.
You...
Was that Steve?
I don't know.
Pop quiz, Wanda. How does a housewife get a bloodstain out of white linen? By doing it herself.
Seems like every time there's some sort of interference and everything, somebody gets hurt.
Two important accessories.
The choking,
Special lady.
the cut,
And then they kind of reset.
and then yeah,
His strucker.
it's somebody trying to get through to her.
Mm-hmm.
Who said, "Who's doing this to you?"
He'll make
Strucker.
Hydra.
As in Baron von Strucker. Oh, I wonder if it's Hydra that has her.
Think so?
I want to thank you all for coming out to support Westview Elementary for the children. For the children. And for our final act, I give you Wanda and Vision.
It's got a very Hot Fuzz feeling to it.
I know, right?
Great, good.
Oh, yeah!
Oh, God.
Hello, Westview! Good afternoon! It's so lovely to meet you. I'm so sorry. Excuse me. I am Glamour, and this is my delightful assistant Illusion.
I am Glamour and he's Illusion.
And our wife and I
So
will delight.
when he's got something going on inside, he
It's
acts
like
drunk.
Yeah.
Paris,
Oh no. Uh-oh.
Huh. See there? He's using a rope.
this is gonna be great. All right, watch this. Is this Scott? No. Back to dinner. Really? Is this your car?
Listen,
Is this Scott? Is this your car? Is this Scott? Is this your car? Is this your car? Oh, it is. It is what? It's my car. Maybe have it back. Of course it did the trick, right? I'm an illusion. Flourish. Grand finale. I bring you the magnificent.
The Captain and Mysteries.
Yeah, it is. What
I was like, the what?
The Magnet of Green.
I will now make my wife. Disappear.
Are you sure you don't want an audience volunteer named My Husband Ralph?
Where is Ralph?
Yeah.
No.
Good question.
Abracadabra.
Sweetheart.
Kinda gotta be in there first.
Oh.
Hi.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
What's in the box?
You know what's in the box?
What's in the box? What's in the box? What's in the box? What's in the box?
Sure.
You were tremendous glamour.
That's for you, illusion. Oh, I don't know what I was so worried about.
Illusion.
It wasn't so hard to fit in after all.
And all we had to do was be ourselves.
Well, with a few modifications.
And it was all
For the children. Well, I think the children might need some popcorn.
Wanda.
What?
Oh.
Oh.
Vision? Is this really happening?
Yes, my love. It's really happening.
I don't see anything.
What is that?
The heck?
Wanda.
Sword.
Yeah, sword.
Oh.
Vision. Is this really happening?
Yes, my love. It's really happening.
Oh. He's in color. Ah. We're evolving again.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird what an effect of color has on all that.
Well, it's very Technicolor.
Yeah.
Who's doing this to you, Wanda? Wanda!
Trying to figure out whose voice that is.
Right? Okay. Well, that was a very interesting episode.
Yeah, interesting indeed.
So definitely, just funny shenanigans, funny gags and stuff. Something always goes wrong, kind of the typical retro, show formula, and definitely channeling the whole 60s Bewitched theme going on there, which I absolutely loved. I think they pulled it off very well. Very interesting aspect of there was that shot of that what looked like a beekeeper or something coming out of the sewer.
Yeah, weird.
And, things got very serious all of a sudden. And she realized, I guess, what was happening. And she, went back and was like, no, I'm not letting this happen. I'm wondering if that's somebody trying to get in her head.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because it was by a weird means. They were like covered up and disguised and stuff like that. And then they came out of a sewer in the middle of the street. I'm wondering if it's like somehow trying to hack into her head, get into her world. And she was like, no. And then she just went back, and then it didn't happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, from this, it looks like she's in control of the simulation. Like, it's her simulation, but somebody's definitely monitoring it.
Right.
And Sword's involved somehow.
Yeah, Sword keeps popping up, all over the place in little ways, and it seems to be symbolizing some sort of interference, like it was on the back of the beekeeper's uniform. It was on the little helicopter that was in color.
It was on the monitor at the end of the last episode.
Yeah, but it was somewhere else in the episode in here. I'm just trying to remember. And then we have, I think I want to try to pay attention to the little commercial ads that happen, because they always, so far they've been referencing some other possible party involved.
Mm-hmm.
First episode, we got Stark Industries, the little toaster thing. This one, we had the expensive watch connected to Hydra. So it's kind of like, are all these parties somehow connected and involved in what Wanda's going through?
Yeah. And specifically referencing Baron von Strucker in this last one, which is interesting, because I'm not sure when the last time we saw Strucker was.
Oh gosh, it's been a while. I'm not really sure myself.
So interesting. Hydra's kind of down and out unless you take the stuff that happens in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. into account, because otherwise we haven't seen any remnants of Hydra since Civil War.
Yes.
So interesting.
So I'm not quite sure what's going on. Then we had that very serious moment happen between Dottie and Wanda with the interference from the radio. It's somebody's trying to get through to her, and it's like, Wanda, who's doing this to you, kind of thing. I'm wondering if that's the voice of the person we just saw trying to come through the sewer, if that's somebody trying to say, like trying to get through, like, why are you protecting yourself like this, or sort of like that, or if it's from something else, some other source.
Yeah, my current feeling is that she's created this protective bubble for herself,
Right.
but she's in somebody's custody, probably Sword's custody, and the voice that keeps coming over the radio, I think, is a friend. So I think there's three parties involved here. So there's Wanda and her little pocket universe that she's created, her simulation, and then Sword is trying to manipulate that, and then there's this friendly party that's trying to help Wanda.
Right.
So maybe the Avengers, maybe her team, one of her teammates or something.
And that's what I'm trying to also figure out, is like, how would she have ended up in this situation? After Endgame and everything, like, did she get captured? Did she somehow fall into Hydra's hands after they've, kind of been dormant for a little while? Like, what's prompting all of this?
Yeah, how does this tie into the after credit scene of Fury on the Sword base? How does that tie in?
Yeah.
Because Fury's been with Sword pretty much this whole time. So how does that tie in with what's going on now? Is Fury
Right.
part of it?
Right.
How does Hydra tie in, or is that just an Easter egg? You know?
Yeah. Kind of makes you wonder if, if all these commercial ads are some sort of just Easter eggs, or if they're tied in somehow. And I mean, we're only 2 episodes in, so it's really hard to tell at this point. But I personally think there is going to be some connection. Easter eggs you usually have to kind of search for or just happen to see. So I have a feeling there is a connection between all of that. Stark Industries,
Yeah.
Hydra, maybe sort of like what happened in Far From Home, maybe Stark Tech fell into the wrong hands.
Could be.
You never know. And so, I don't know. I guess we gotta wait and see what happens next time. And I like how the show is, how it's evolving at a good pace. Every episode, it's just a little bit different. It keeps going. It's not gonna stay in one theme for too long.
Yeah.
And so,
Looks like the next one's gonna be kind of a 70s Brady Bunch, type aesthetic.
maybe.
Probably. I wonder if we'll get the kids in the next one.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was just about to say. I was like, all of a sudden she literally turned around and she was pregnant. And all of a sudden, and it's like, for the children. That was kind of. Yeah, they're going through it, and it was like, for the children. I'm wondering if that got in her head. You know what I mean? It's like, then everything goes in Technicolor, and and then that whoever that was tried to come into her world, and she went, no. It's like she's not ready to come back to the reality of whatever situation she's in and stuff. So yeah, I'm wondering if maybe next episode we'll see the kids and everything.
And that's more or less how her kids get created in the comics.
Oh, okay. They just kind of appear.
She just kind of manifests them.
Okay.
Because Vision, even in the comics, is not capable of creating offspring.
Right.
And is dead.
Yeah. That's kind of a big one.
She's not cool with that in the
Of course,
comics.
right.
So she creates this pocket universe for herself.
Right.
When she's hopped up on chaos magic juice.
Right.
And creates an alternate universe for everyone, but where she has kids and where Vision is still alive.
Right. So that's kind of what this is following, basically, at least loosely so far. She has, from what it looks like, has created her own little world, putting things as she sees. Maybe it was the potential, the future that she saw with Vision until the events of, Infinity War and Endgame happened and all that. So the other thing that just kind of popped in my head, I mean, I can be completely wrong, is that I found interesting is that when Agnes was taking Wanda to go meet Dottie and stuff like that, she was like, if you want to get anywhere in this town, if she's in charge, she calls the shots on everything in this town. I'm wondering if this Dottie, because of how harsh she can be and how everybody's kind of afraid of her, I'm wondering if she's a reflection of maybe who's pulling the strings behind the scenes.
Could be.
She's the one in charge of whatever's happening to Wanda. And so, I don't know. I could be completely wrong.
So a little bit of background. There's an event in Marvel Comics called House of M, which seeing these first 2 episodes, a lot of this is based on that story.
Right.
What's neat and kind of a theory I'm forming here is, so the House of M event in Marvel Comics was a way for Marvel to reduce the mutant population and kind of set the X-Men universe back to kind of the zero, like where there's only a few mutants.
Okay.
Because at the end of it, she says no more mutants, and and depowers, most of the mutant population.
Right.
So what if what they're doing is kind of a reverse of that?
Okay.
So at the end of all this, she actually unknowingly creates the mutant population.
Oh,
And
that would be something.
And that's how they introduce X-Men mutants into the MCU.
Ooh, that would be something. But yeah, this is getting very interesting. I think the theories will definitely evolve as we see more, but I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. Even though the episodes are 30, 37 minutes, they feel so short. They go by so quickly. I think it's moving at a really good pace. So
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what happens in the rest of the season and figure out exactly what's going on. I'm very, very interested about the behind the scenes.
Yeah, this is going to be really cool, I think.
Yes.
I'm really digging the pacing. I'm really digging the aesthetic.
Yes.
And the nostalgia attached to it.
Absolutely. And I think that they probably had a lot of fun shooting this and everything. It's got a fun, mostly fun tone to it. It's very different than the typical show, especially connected to Marvel. It's usually all very, serious, action-packed, and this kind of is slowing things down and, kind of going a different way. But then you've got the reality and intense moments kind of mixed in there. So it's like that's going to evolve over time. So I'm liking this a lot. I think this is going to be really good.
Yeah, I think Paul Bettany and Elizabeth Olsen are having fun being goofy.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're such, great, from what I've seen of them, making the other Marvel movies, they seem like such fun people too. So I'm sure they had a blast with this for sure. And being able to, reprise their roles and kind of keep on going. Like, what happened after Endgame? How is she going to go forward? Well, I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this reaction. Please comment, like, subscribe down below. If you have your own theories about, now that we've seen a little bit more of what might be going on, or what you think we might have right, what we have wrong, just let us know.
Also, we have a playlist of our reactions to The Mandalorian Season 2. So if you're interested in that, there'll be a link over here. Go check that out.
Yes. So I guess we will see y'all next time on the next episode of WandaVision. Hope y'all have a great one. Bye.
Bye.